everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Katie, and today I am doing another Christian book review. I forgot I didn't have it in my hands for the intro, but I'm doing a book review on The Lost Boys of Barlowe Theater by Jaime and Wright. I just finished this one this morning, and let me tell you, it's not a great book to read at night, that's for sure. I was reading it last night, and I was like, okay, God. Like, I can take these books during the middle of the day. I'm fine. I'm fine with that. But reading Jaime and Joe Wright's books in the middle of the night is probably not a good idea, especially at like 1 a.m. in the morning. So I finally got exhausted at like 2 a.m. So I was like, okay, like I'm 3/4 of the way through. I can breeze through this in the morning. But thankfully, I was past the creepy parts and, the resolution was beginning. So I was like, I can sleep now. But anyway, so I loved this book. I really did. This is definitely in like my top 3 that I've read of Jaime Jo Wright so far. Loved it. I really enjoyed it. So all of her books are dual timeline. They're creepy, but they're kind of like that, like it has like a Scooby-Doo resolve to whatever's going on in these stories, but more creepy than that, obviously. But I love her books. Like they're not going to be like give you nightmares creepy. I did not have any nightmares, but just that unsettling feeling of reading this during the middle of the night kind of gave me a little bit of a creepy feel. So I was like, okay, I'll finish this in the morning. But anyway, so this is a dual timeline, and we're following Greta back in 1915, and then it's during our time, and we are following Kit. So Kit, during our time, she is a girl who she is adopted from pretty much almost since birth, but like maybe a couple weeks after that. But she struggles from issues where she feels abandonment issues, and how like she feels like people are gonna leave her. She feels like she has to be perfect for everyone, do whatever people want to make sure they don't leave her, because that's what she felt like when she was abandoned by her mother. Even though she has beautiful and wonderful adopted parents, she still feels that way. And so I can honestly understand that. So when a ghost show comes and wants to do a story on the Barlowe Theater, because her friend Madison ends up saying, hey, I want to keep the theater running. Her grandfather wants to tear it down. She likes history. So she brings in a ghost show. Kit doesn't want anything to do with it because she's a Christian, but Madison ends up bringing in I forget what the ghost show is called. But we have like the ghost hunter, and then we have a guy who is trying to debunk her ideas and show the real meaning behind all these things happening. So when they end up in the theater, something happens and Madison ends up missing. So we're trying to solve that mystery, along with back in the past timeline with Greta, who honestly I think the past timeline was, I don't know, I liked both timelines, but I think the past timeline was my favorite in this book. Usually it ends up being anyways, the past timeline, just because I love history. And so I really enjoyed the past timeline. We're following Greta, who she's pretty much not quite homeless, but they're there. She's with her 4 siblings. Her parents had both passed away. Her oldest brother, who used to help take care of them with her, he passed away in the building of the Barlowe Theater. And so we're seeing kind of the makings of the theater. And so Greta goes right in the beginning of her part of the story, and they go to the theater, and she goes with her very wealthy friends, even though she's poor, but they're still friends with her. And so they go, she's all dressed up, and she ends up seeing somebody, a woman in a white gown, throw a baby off the balcony. Not going to say anything, but don't be scared. Okay, but anyway, so she sees a baby thrown off the balcony, and she screams. And so she ruins the entire play. Something's going on. The doctor's called in. Everything's, causing chaos. And then something happens where nobody believes her. So that is. And then her second oldest brother ends up going into the theater with him and his friends, and they end up disappearing. And so we got 2 situations of people disappearing in this strange theater called Barlowe Theater. And I loved it. I loved the characters. There was just, Greta's character was just like one of my favorite characters. I really loved her. I felt so bad for her. Like through the whole book, I was like, just ask for help, girl. Just ask for help. You have friends. both of them, Greta and Kit. But I love Greta's, just how strong she had to be for her siblings. She knew that. But I just felt like I wanted to slap her and say, girl, it's okay to ask for help. If you want help, if you need help, it's okay. You have friends. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. I love the mystery. I love just the creepiness that Jaime Jo Wright gets in her books. It's just that perfect amount of creepiness. Like, I love a good creepy atmospheric book, and I just feel like her books like hit that mark without going over. So I really loved it, and it was just great. I really just love her writing, and yeah, so I cannot wait to read her next book already, which comes out in spring. So like, yeah, so definitely pick this one up if you want just a fun mystery, a little bit of good creepiness, don't read it at night type of feel. But yeah, so pick it up, and thank you for Baker Publishing for sending me a copy of this book to read and talk about with you all. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.